Set to tip is Gracie Dotson and Gabby Delgadillo. Milford controls the tip. It's Spalding. Starting for the Tigers, Taylor Ambrose, Miley Wilden, Gracie Dotson, Paisley Florence, and Tay Spalding. A great block inside Alicia Cedillo. Corner three is up and no good by Paulina Gomez. Tigers control the other way. Starting for Wendover, Millie Hicks, Paulina Gomez, Gabby Delgadillo, Natalie Alvarez, and Cadence Murphy. Inside Spalding goes. Her first attempt is no good. Grabbed by Delgadillo and going the other way. Gomez can't finish. Scoreless through the first minute.
Lots of fast-paced offense here in transition. Both teams not able to convert yet. Let's see who can get their first look to go down.
Spalding attacks Delgadillo, loses it, but it's out of bounds off the Wildcats, so it'll stay here. Spalding rejects the screen, attacks left side, takes some contact from Millie Hicks. So Spalding will have a chance at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, Spalding's been able to slash and dash early here in this first quarter, in the first few minutes. She's able to move it down, right? Get some good looks. Let's see if she gets this free throw to go from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Tay had 18 points, 7 steals, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and shot 12 free throws in the first matchup on December 30th between these two, and a rare 0 for 2 trip for Spalding at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Here comes Wendover now. Milford going in a little bit of a 2-3 zone here. He is to attack the middle, find your open man.
Delgadillo, a great look inside. She finds Millie Hicks, who takes a bump. They'll call it on the ground, so it'll be baseline, but that's a fantastic look from big to big.
Yeah, Dotson that time a little bit too physical, but they're going to the basket, right? Both of these teams are trying to get the best possible looks they can as the three is up and no good that time from Gomez, and Milford's able to pull it down.
Cadence Murphy grabbed the second chance opportunity, but Taylor Ambrose said not so fast and gets the possession for Milford.
You can see these teams are wanting to play to the best of their ability here in this first quarter. They're trying to get great looks. Look at the screens by Milford both ways. Open look from the perimeter. Dotson thought about it that time.
Spalding tries to attack on Delgadillo, and you see they put Delgadillo on Spalding. She has a little bit more size and length, trying to throw things off for her.
Yeah. I really like how both of these defenses are playing early on. Both the Wildcats and the Tigers are looking for things down in the paint, right? Those easy looks. But the defense knows what's coming, right? And so they're protecting the most critical and pivotal part of the floor.
Taken away by Cadence Murphy. She'll go the attack at Spalding, and she finishes. So over 2 minutes into the game, the first points are up. It's Cadence Murphy.
Great look that time by Cadence. Quick in transition. She had the Tigers on her tail, but she just went straight to the basket, got the bucket to go down. Nice, good finish in transition.
A turnover over and back for Milford. So, normally this Tiger offense, you have the leading scorer in 1A in Spalding. Normally they find a rhythm, but so far Wendover has done a good job to throw them off.
Yeah, and like I mentioned in pregame, Milford really came on when they played earlier this year in the second quarter, and that's how they really took their advantage to end up winning that game over the Wildcats. So let's see what they can do to respond here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Wendover led 14-7 after one as the and one. Tay Spalding shows why she can fill up the stat sheet. A tough finish through contact.
Yeah, we mentioned it a few times before, a few minutes ago, that Taylor Spalding is really good at cutting to the basket. She's got great footwork. She gets to the top of the key. She's able to penetrate into the paint, get a good look at the bucket, and not able to convert at the free throw line, but a great job that time from Milford to respond.
Delgadillo pump fakes the three. She drives right side, strong move, and gets it to go. That was a pretty move by Delgadillo.
Yeah, we saw a missed opportunity from Wendover in early transition, but Delgadillo's able to find an open spot in the back part of the rim. Easy layup for two.
Ambrose drops it off in the corner to Florence. Spalding catches her breath up top, takes the screen, and good job to pick it off as Millie Hicks. She goes the other way, has open space, and finishes no problem. So we see the points off turnovers helping the Wildcats spring out to an early lead.
Yeah, and balanced scoring for Wendover as well. 3 different players with a basket. They're just able to move the ball effectively, and especially in transition.
Inside, no good by Miley Wilden. Natalie Alvarez takes it the other way. 3 by Delgadillo is no good. And a good rebound by Wilden. She boxed out, had position, and comes down with it.
Milford's been playing pretty well in the half-court defense, but not great on offense as there's another turnover.
Ambrose wasn't ready for the pass, but Millie Hicks was, and she can't convert on the fast break. Spalding, she attacks the other way, and Delgadillo, that's her second foul, so we've seen them put the length on Spalding, but already a little bit of foul trouble for Delgadillo.
Yeah, great job that time by Milford. They caused the turnover on their side, but then in transition, they force Hicks a little bit off as she's trying to get to the basket. And obviously she's not able to get it to go because they just kind of force her out of her lane, so she hits it off the backboard. But great response by Milford here. Wendover, 3 early fouls here in this first quarter.
Kylie Fisher and Jaden McMullen both check in for Milford. Just the 2 Spalding points over midway through the first quarter for Milford. Ambrose looks inside. Strong move, but too many Wildcats in the way. I believe a tie-up will be called. It favors Wendover. We saw Ambrose. She had a really strong performance in the Region 20 tournament, setting her career high. So far, no other Tigers other than Spalding have been able to get going, and even for Spalding, it's been a little bit tough to get anything going towards the basket.
Yeah, and great job by Wendover. They collapse into the paint and get a nice good block, which ends up being a hold, but then they turn it over on the offensive side. So really, I feel like the story of this first quarter is who can control the ball, set up their offense without turning the ball over, and get some buckets to go down. Obviously, Wendover's able to take advantage in transition. That's why they have a 4-point lead. But who can set up their half-court offense? I think that's the key to win this game right now.
Alicia Cedillo checks in. She gets it on the right wing. Ambrose goes to Fisher, who takes the free throw line jumper, no good. And Delgadillo tips the rebound to herself. A look inside to Hicks, who goes with the little left-handed hook shot, no good. Ball finds the hands of Ambrose. So although Milford hasn't been able to score in the first quarter, they've done a good job at keeping the Wildcats at bay on the defensive end.
Yeah, they just have to find something in their half-court offense, the schemes that they're setting up. They're getting good screens and picks, but then they're making bad passes and turning the ball over.
Fisher comes away with it inside to Cedillo, and she loses control, but it's out off of Wendover.
You just have to be patient with the ball, right? When you're setting up your offense, pass to where you know a player's going to be open. A lot of times, and especially when you get to postseason play, you want to make the best play. And so then you're just trying to pass the ball, and you think you know where your teammate is, but most of the time you don't. So you have to set your feet, find them, and pass.
3 in the corner is no good, but falls right into the hands of Cedillo, who can't finish. And they'll call another jump ball, so it'll stay with the Tigers, but you see missed opportunities. They've now gone over 3 minutes without scoring.
There's no lack of physicality, though. We've seen them play hard on the defensive side of the ball. You see a jump ball that time that's able to go their way. They just got to get something to go down. And I feel like it was a great pass. It was a good look from 3. Just not able to go down. Let's see if they can get something to go on their second chance.
Spalding checks back into the game. She's always an offensive juggernaut, but Tigers can't score. Delgadillo takes it the other way. It's stripped by Spalding. Finds the hands of the Wildcats. Alvarez, the up top three, no good.
Both these teams are getting some really good looks in both of their last offensive possessions. Nothing able to go down, though. Shots are at a premium right now.
Spalding thought she had some space to work with, but Hicks immediately fills that space. And I believe Spalding will get called for the loose ball foul. She does. So back to Wendover, just the second team foul for the Tigers. Spalding's first.
If Millie Hicks would have gotten called for that, it would have been a cause for concern for Wendover fans, as Delgadillo and Hicks both would have had 2 fouls in the first quarter.
And that's the size of the Wildcats. Hicks and Delgadillo, we've already seen it cause problems for the Tigers in the first quarter. Gomez, she squares up top, no good. So Gomez, she set a season high in the first meeting between these two teams. She had 20 points, unable to score so far in the first quarter. Good look inside from Spalding, but the length of Delgadillo.
Wow, 3 jump balls here in the first quarter. I think obviously a key part is the physicality, right? You got girls that are going for the ball. But then obviously it's also kind of a hesitant, not so great passing from both squads. More on Milford's side as they just still have been able to get a good look on their half-court possessions.
We're approaching nearly 4 scoreless minutes from both teams. The last basket was Hicks on the fast break. With just over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, Spalding has an opportunity to go the other way. Good defense by Alvarez. The Tigers will set back up top.
Also, I got to give a quick shout-out to Alvarez. She's wearing Jordan 1s out there. And she causes the charge. I don't know if that's the broadcaster's jinx right there. Good luck.
And you can see one of the smallest ones on the floor, but you see she stops the fast break from Spalding and then goes and takes the charge later in the possession, so she's got a lot of fight in her.
Well, and that's what you have to do if you're one of the smallest people on the court. You have to you have opportunities to force charges, right? Your body's not big enough oftentimes to defend well in the paint, so set your feet and force a charge. Alvarez does a great job right there.
Delgadillo to beat the buzzer, no good. So the offense couldn't get going in the first quarter. Wendover leads 6-2 after 1. This is state championship basketball brought to you by University of Utah and TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race is scheduled for the second Saturday in July.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Carl, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation and market downturns? We are the Ag Experts. Our team specializes in PRF insurance, LRP insurance, and ranch insurance. Give Chad a call today to learn how you can protect your calf check from the market downturns and your livestock range from drought. Don't get caught at the bottom of the cycles. Choose the experts. Choose us, your agriculture insurance specialists. Call Chad Lyman with Tyler Jeffs and Associates at 435-633-5981.
Welcome back to state championship basketball brought to you by Harward and Rees Construction on KSLSports.com. Let's get into our Fab Rats trivia. Nate, what do you got for us?
Yeah, let's play some Fab Rats trivia. Fab Rats is an entertaining, family-friendly YouTube channel. We're going to ask a trivia question. Make sure to email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com to be the winner to get a free Fab Rats t-shirt from the broadcast booth at the SVC. Okay, question for this game is, where is the Easter Jeep Safari? Make sure to email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com to win a free Fab Rats t-shirt at the Sevier Valley Center.
Wendover forces the turnover on the first possession of the second quarter, and Paulina Gomez, who had 20 in the first matchup, gets her first points of the morning. 8-2 lead for Wendover.
Once again, Wendover succeeding in transition, but there's Taylor Spalding, who is now the sole scorer for the Tigers.
Talia Spalding Quick start to the second quarter on offense after we had very little of it in the first quarter. Millie Hicks answers back the other way.
Holy cow. I mean, what a pass down low from Gomez to find Hicks. Goes up mid-air. Looks like it was going to be a floater. Spins the ball down with her left hand. Hicks, great look at a layup that time.
Attacking inside and back out to Spalding. Talia outside to Fisher. Spalding, she'll cast from three, and she cans it. A Bryce Canyon City three. And just like that, 2 points in the first quarter for all of Milford and 5 points in the first minute and a half in the second quarter. Alvarez, a good look inside, but she misses. And a quick timeout called by Milford. We'll take one as well. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Car Show and Canyon to Canyon Family Bike Ride on 1aball.com.
Garcane Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs. Call us 800-747-5403.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout for big time banking with the home team feel. Zions Bank is for you. Coach Dalton for Milford had to have liked what he saw but wanted to continue to build on that, so he called a quick timeout in the second quarter. A turnover forced on the end by Cadence Murphy. And a good pass inside. It's Hicks who takes the contact from Kylie Fisher and will go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, Millie's been able to get some good looks close to the basket, and especially in transition. She's not able to get that one to go down as well as a few others, but now she's able to get to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, get some free looks for a few points.
First free throw is no good. She leads the Wildcats with 4 points. Back in is Taylon Ambrose for Milford. That will put Kylie Fisher on the bench. She has 2 fouls. Hicks goes 0 for 2, so no penalty on the turnover for Milford. They escape, and we'll get it back the other way. A chance to possibly tie, but they won't get that chance. Delgadillo takes it away.
Her size has been a huge factor here in this first half.
We've seen both Hicks and Delgadillo both create a lot of turnovers, but the Wildcats give it back.
While we've been able to see already a lot more scoring here in the second quarter, you just have to slow down your offense. As I was mentioning in the first, you have to know who's going to be there when you pass the ball before you do it. Both teams have been hesitant early on.
The three is up and good from Miley Wilden, so another Tiger gets on the board. It's the Bryce Canyon City three, and just like that, we're tied up at 10.
That's only the second Tiger to score as we've got a tie game. Only 2 players leading this Milford team to a tie game.
Timeout from Amber, Hicks, and Wendover. We'll take one as well. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Garfield Memorial Hospital on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
Welcome back from that Zions Bank timeout. For banking that helps you stay in the game no matter where you are, Zions Bank is for you. All tied up at 10. It was tied 2-2. And then Wendover went on a 6-0 run, but the Tigers have fought back, and Paulina Gomez says enough of that. Let's get the lead back to Wendover. She knocks down the Bryce Canyon City three.
Yeah, she knows how to score against the Tigers, and now she's got 5 here in the first half. Reminder, she had 20 against Milford in December. Now she's a quarter of the way here in the first half.
Baseline out of bounds for Milford. Attacking inside is Jaden McMullen, and a swirly around the hoop. It doesn't go. Thought that one was going to drop, but it had other plans.
No doubt about it. There was a lid on the bucket in the first quarter, but right there it just seemed like that ball just did not want to go down. Spins around and out. Wendover now has a chance to extend their 3-point lead.
Helena Gomez, she's feeling it, no good, but it falls right underneath to Hicks. So a little bit of a break. The three may have been tipped. Falls right to Hicks for 2.
Do we call that an assist? I mean, it was a great pass down low. Millie was wide open on the right side of the basket.
Fell right to her. So Hicks and Gomez, they have the last 9 for the Wildcats, and another turnover and chance to build the lead.
So both teams kind of took a little bit of some time to get used to scoring on the offensive side, but now they're just firing.
Alvarez, she fires away, no good. Rebound corralled by the Tigers. McMullen hurries the other way. Spalding, a good look inside to Fisher. She doesn't do anything with it, kicks out, and it falls right into the hands of Fisher. So she gets position, gets the offensive rebound, and it's back to a one-possession game.
Yeah, if you're Wendover, you need to box out because Fisher, she's so tall. She can get down low. Just such an easy rebound putback for her.
3, no good by Murphy. Hicks, who's been all over the place in the first half, gets the rebound, and she'll earn a trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Looks like the foul will be called on Miley Wilden. Millie hasn't been able to convert from the free throw line yet. Let's see if she can do it right here.
She was 0 for 2 on her first trip. Starts out 1 for 1 on this trip. No good on the second free throw. And a foul called. I believe it'll go against Cadence Murphy, and it does. Just the second team foul in the quarter for Wendover. Cadence Murphy checks out with her 2 fouls. In comes Lisbeth Landeros.
You know, we only had a 6-2 score after the first quarter. 3 different players now have scored 5 points each in the second.
Underneath Spalding, a good pump fake move on the size of Delgadillo, but Delgadillo recovers, forces some chaos underneath.
Oh my
Ball
gosh,
pop for her.
it's a madhouse down there. And another jump ball. That's our 4th of the first half.
It favors Wendover. So I thought Spalding put a great move on Delgadillo, but you can see even with the speed and craftiness of Spalding, Delgadillo recovers and forces a turnover.
Size is such a big thing in this game. While you can get beat on moves like that from Spalding, the size allows you to recover well with your length and size.
Hicks can't control the pass underneath and steps on the end line.
It's only a 4-point game. I feel like Wendover tried to control this second quarter, but Milford's defense has just kind of caused them to go a little bit off each time. They're not quite there at 100%. And Milford, if they can just get a bucket to go down, they can close this gap.
Spalding, who is a great distributor, she had a good look inside to Fisher, but again, the length of Millie Hicks knocks it out of bounds. So it looked like Fisher may have got a good look at 2 underneath the basket. Milford will inbound instead, and a strong drive from Miley Wilden. She takes contact and will go to the free throw line. So Spalding had the first 7 for the Tigers ever since. The next 5 have been scored from Wilden and Fisher. Wilden misses the first free throw. Checking in for Wendover is Phoenix DuBois. Oh for 2 trip, but Fisher gets the offensive rebound on the free throw. And a good move inside by McMullen. She can't convert. Alvarez runs the other way. She's got Gomez. Instead opts for Delgadillo. And Fisher gets called for the contact on Delgadillo's layup.
Yeah, a lot of the Milford crowd not happy with that call in transition. It's tough to defend because you need to stay upright, but the offense is moving, right? You're in transition. They're not going to stop and pop. So naturally the arms go down just a little bit. While she may have been set, everything hips below, those arms come down just a little bit. Force a foul. That's actually her third of the game. That'll be something to watch because she's been a key rebounder for the Tigers.
And that's what Coach Dalton was asking the official about. He said, hey, wasn't she straight up? And the official signaled, no, last second she reached and hit the arm. And an offensive rebound on the free throw on this side for the Wildcats. That'll send Phoenix DuBois back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Once again, Phoenix has size and physicality that's different than Delgadillo, but it allows her to get those rebounds, and now she's able to go to the charity stripe.
First free throw is good for DuBois. So she just checked in a minute ago, immediately gets the offensive rebound on the missed free throw and earns a trip to the free throw line herself. A 2-for-2 trip. It ties the largest lead of the game for Wendover at 6. Spalding patiently waits up top. McMullen goes back to Spalding, who drives on Delgadillo, but you can see the size again, and Delgadillo rips it away. Fast break opportunity. Gomez spots up, left wing three, splash down for the Bryce Canyon City three. So Paulina Gomez finding a rhythm.
Yeah, she was scoreless in the first quarter, and she says, no, I'm good at scoring against the Tigers. How about I drop 8 in the second?
Largest lead of the game is 9 for Wendover. They're on a 6-0 run. Off the side of the backboard, Cedillo, she gets her own miss. Spalding looks to operate. Finally gets some space and takes the contact from Delgadillo. The three-point play, and that'll be the third foul on Delgadillo. So while she's been so effective at slowing down Spalding, she's also got herself into a little bit of foul trouble.
Yes, we've got 2 key players now in the game with 3 fouls here in the first half. Kylie Fisher for Milford, and then Gabby Delgadillo for Wendover. Spalding, though, is just keeping the Tigers alive right now. She also has 7 with a chance to get 8 here in the second quarter. Her and Paulina are just going back and forth.
Blue Spalding's got 9 now on the mornings, but she hasn't been able to convert at the free throw line. She's 0 for 4, something that's rare. She was 9 of 12 in the first matchup at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line with these two teams. Landeros and Alvarez play pass up top. Alvarez goes back to Landeros. She'll pump fake the 3. Move inside. 5 on the shot clock. They go inside to DuBois. Good defense by Ambrose. Forces the tough shot. Just a minute to play. Milford will look to continue to chip away at the 7-point deficit.
If you can make it a 2-possession game at halftime, you're in an excellent position.
Spalding goes in and can't convert. Landeros looks underneath to Hicks. Hicks, a good look to DuBois, and she'll get fouled. They say it's on the ground, but I believe it will be bonus. So DuBois will go to the free throw line. She was just 2 for 2 on her first trip.
The free throw line is critical in high school basketball because fouling is coming a lot. And as we've been mentioning, the change this year, 5 fouls put you into the double bonus. And so you're able to get there a little bit more easily, so it's 2 free throws as Phoenix is able to convert her third of the quarter.
DuBois goes 1 for 2 on the trip. Another offensive rebound on a missed free throw. So we've seen that on the last couple of trips to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, Wendover can also drain this clock if they want to.
Yeah, 3-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Alvarez sets up the offense, takes the handoff from DuBois. A lot of contact in the corner. They whistle Alvarez for a travel first.
So now if you're Milford, if you get a bucket right here, that goes a long way because it makes it a 2-possession game and you get possession at the start of the second half. That can really shrink this deficit down right here. This is a key possession.
6 seconds on the game clock. In the corner, Miley Wilden gets called for a double dribble, so they don't even get a shot off on that last opportunity. 2.9 seconds for Wendover to try to go the length of the court.
All right, let's see if they can get a miracle shot to go in here. We'll see what the game plan is for the Wildcats.
It's tough to drop a play in the playbook for this. Alvarez heaves it.
Almost went in off the bounce.
And that'll do it for the first half. Stick around for the Ruby's Inn post-game report. Also, we'll have a special guest. So stick around and see who our special guest is at halftime. This is 1A State Championship Basketball brought to you by SC Broadband on 1aball.com.
It's time for championship basketball, and Lamb Excavating, located in Orderville, Utah, wishes all teams the best of luck in the postseason. Lamb Excavating can help you with all of your excavation needs, from gravel to chip seal and any other excavating. No job is too big or too small. Give Darwin and the boys a call, 435-648-2318. Now let's play some ball.
Mike's Food Town in Beaver, Utah believes in giving their customers a great variety of products, superior customer service at an affordable price. We appreciate our customers' loyalty and wish the Milford Tigers success in the postseason. The Milford Medical Clinic would like to wish the Milford Tigers good luck in the 1A region and state basketball tournaments. Our providers and staff are here to help keep our community healthy and safe. We have clinics in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Join us in Tropic, Utah the first week in May for guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun, featuring arena events including ranch sorting. Then Friday night, a live concert featuring Bram Hill. And the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there. You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch City Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all truck drivers that make our communities better, so why not show off their trucks? We wish all teams success.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce, with the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The ice ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at ruby'sinn.com. Smithfield Farms is headquartered in Milford, Utah, with operations throughout southern Utah. We produce good food responsibly. Smithfield Farms, proud to support the Milford Tigers.
Hey, we're there. Welcome back for the SUU halftime report. I'm Tyler Gibb alongside Nate Thatcher, and we have a special guest with us for the halftime report as we welcome in Governor Spencer Cox. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I love basketball. I'm a basketball junkie, and I love 1A basketball. It's the best tournament in the state. I'll fight anybody over that, and it's just exciting to be here with you.
Yeah, Tyler and I, we grew up in 5A and 6A regions up north. Tyler and I have been fortunate to come back multiple years, and I feel like this is a tournament not a lot of people in the state know about. You mentioned it. We both agree this is the best tournament in the state. Talk about these cities, these towns that not a lot of Utahns know about.
Well, I grew up in a small town of Fairview. I went to a 2A high school growing up, so a little bit bigger, but that was because 5 towns went to the same high school. That's how we got to 2A. Commissioner Tebbs, who's with us, knows this very well, a dear friend. And I get to travel all across the state and spend time in these small towns. I raised my kids in the same small town I grew up in, on the same farm that I grew up. And there's just a sense of community. My daughter goes to Skyline High now, so and I love Skyline High. We get to see the difference, though, right, between a big school and these small schools. And you see, we're here. It's what I think this is a 5-12 matchup, right? And we've got the fans from Wendover who have made the trip down here, from Milford who have made the trip, and that sense of community. Great guy, friend of mine, Ben Sass, who was a U.S. Senator. He's now the president of the University of Florida, and he wrote this book about why we hate each other in America. And his antidote, he called it the Friday night in a gym feeling. When the entire town is there, nobody cares whether you're Republican or Democrat. They don't care, what your race is, what your religion is. Your identity is the team. You're cheering for that, and that Friday night in a gym feeling is still alive and well at this 1A state tournament.
Hey guys, sorry, let's interrupt here. Let's kind of cut away from that discussion a little bit. Let's go over some of the scoring real quick, and then let's get back to how this education and sports kind of come together in one in our little school. So, we're talking about these amazing players. Let's review that scoring.
Great
really
second
quick.
quarter, by the way. Offensive explosion in the second quarter. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Let's hear. What do you got,
We
Tyler?
saw a little bit of the offense took a little bit to get going. It was 6-2 after the first quarter, but 16 points from Wendover in that second quarter. They were led by Millie Hicks. She had 7 points in the first half. Paulina Gomez, we saw her. She had 20 in the first matchup between these two. She really got going in the second quarter. She had 8 points in the first half.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, you look over, obviously, Talia Spalding. She leads 1A in scoring. She averages 16.5 a game. She had the first 7 for Milford and finished with 9 in the first half. We saw, it was Milford who won by 4 in the first matchup with these two. Wendover, they lead by 8, but I imagine we're going to get a close, hard-fought second half.
Yeah, we will. And like we said, Paulina Gomez scored 20 the last time these two teams played. She was scoreless in the first quarter, comes back, has a great second. I think we're in for a really good finish here in the second half. Great basketball, like the governor was mentioning. I thought the scoring was fantastic to watch there at the end of the first, and I think this one should be one of the best games of the day.
Governor Cox, how'd you like that?
Yeah,
Second
look,
quarter.
it was a great first half. When these two met before, it was a really tight game. I mean, I know this is a 12-5 matchup, but Milford is still in this thing, right? They're just another basket or two away from being right there. And I thought they played really hard. I thought it was a well-fought first half. Some of their shots just didn't fall, but I'm excited about this one. It's they upset them the first time, so there's a little bad blood there, and I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, Hey, kind of, we're a little unscripted here. So
I love this.
We're just wild.
We're winging it right now.
We're the Wild West here. But, I played basketball in high school and sports. And the thing about these little smaller 1A schools, if you want to be involved, man, you have a lot of opportunity. I played baseball, basketball, tried cross country. That was brutal. That wasn't pretty, but really, I know when I was in school, the education component versus sports, I really worked hard in the classroom so I could be on the court. Did you guys play, Tyler, Nate? Did you participate in sports
I was
in high
only
school or
fortunate.
anything?
I was only fortunate enough to play junior jazz, so I can't say that I
Hey, you're
did.
the man.
But yeah, I can definitely attest to the importance of education. I mean, I was able to do play-by-play. I went to Olympus. And so I do play-by-play. And
oh, man, the Skyline rival.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here.
So
Olympus and Skyline.
I was still in the sports environment, and so to be able to combine those two, it was still really important for me as a high school student.
What about you, Tyler?
I played golf, tennis, and basketball in high school, so I got
He's the extraordinaire over here.
A little bit of that. Well,
all right. Awesome, but I want to see her. I know what the governor did in high school, but we might have a match.
I was a tennis player too in high school. I loved basketball though. That was my first love. Unfortunately, I was a late bloomer. I was the smallest kid, but I made up for it by also being the slowest, which is a bad combination, right? when you're playing basketball. So played a lot of church ball, played a lot of junior jazz as well. But look, my brother was the starting point guard on the team, and the starting he He was an all-state quarterback. We're a sports family, and it really does. The education component of this is so important. I will say I'm a little worried about what we're doing in our country today with the specialization that's happening, especially at bigger schools. Like, you have to decide what sport you're going to play when you're like 6 years old, and you have to play it all year long. I like when kids would play 3 or 4 different sports, when they get a well-rounded, when they can have some fun and still do some of that. So that's what I love about the 1A schools. That is still happening. Most of these kids probably wouldn't even make the team, make the bench at some of the bigger schools, but they all get that opportunity.
Here's an interesting concept, and I know we've talked about it a lot, is a lot of these players on these teams have played together since the 3rd grade.
That's right.
You don't have that in the bigger schools either. So you have this cohesion. They're connected with the community. Our championship night is a blast, right, Tyler?
Oh.
We bring the whole community.
It's the best championship night I've ever been to.
We interview the players, the coaches, the community. It's just a great celebration. So that's going to do it for our Southern Utah University halftime report. David Tebb alongside
Governor Spencer Cox.
Governor Cox.
Nate Thatcher.
Tyler Gibb. Skylar Ludlow on the TriCaster. Colin Pace on the camera. 21 seconds till game time here in the 3rd period. We'll be right back after word from one of our sponsors for the second half.
Utah Independent Bank, locally owned with branches to serve you in Beaver, Salina, Monroe, and Milford. Our loan officers and staff are ready to serve you for all your banking needs. Bank with people you know and trust. Get custom banking with custom ideas and custom solutions at Utah Independent Bank.
This is the moment. You're here. Where you belong, you belong, you belong.
Well,
Welcome back for the second half of 1A State Championship basketball. Thank you to Governor Cox for joining us for the SUU halftime report. The Tigers down by 8. Look to continue to fight their way back into this one. Ball kicked around into the hands of Delgadillo. So an empty possession to start the second half for the Tigers.
Yes. Governor Cox was mentioning at halftime, this is anyone's game right now. And I think Milford has a great opportunity. If they're able to get the buckets to go down, let's see if they can do that here in this 3rd quarter.
Delgadillo looks inside, decides to drive on her own. She looks inside for Hicks, but that's taken away by Miley Wilden.
Yeah, great job that time by Gracie Dotson on baseline. Forced Delgadillo out of bounds into a really tough pass that turns into a turnover.
Dotson on the right wing. She looks for her own shot. The lefty rainbow rips the cords, and it's a 5-point game.
This is exactly the type of start you want here in the 3rd. For Milford, they cut it to a 2-possession game.
Foul called will send Alvarez to the free throw line. But we've seen, starting in that towards the end of that 2nd quarter, and now here in the 3rd quarter, it's not just Spalding, but when the Tigers can get other contributors, their offense is tough to stop.
Yeah, it's the fact that they were able to stay in the game in the first half with only 3 scores, but Taylor Spalding having 9 of those points, 10 of those points. That's pretty impressive. So now if you're able to get some other people involved, that might get the juices flowing a little bit.
1 of 2 trip for Alvarez at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
That's also her first point of the game.
Spalding, right corner, looks to go to work. A tough try, no good, but Wilden fights in and gets the tie-up. Milford started the second half with the ball, so it goes back to Wendover.
The interesting on that possession is Spalding knows her strengths. She calls for a screen up top near the baseline, and she's able to cut it. Doesn't get the basket to go down, but she knows what her strengths are. It's just a matter of her capitalizing on them now.
Inside, strong move by Murphy. Rebound fought for by Hicks, and it's out of bounds off of Milford. The Tiger side of the stadium disagrees.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a beginning of a jump ball, right? The ball kind of stayed down as the three is not able to go that time from Gomez. But it's a tough call, right? The refs you have to make that call in a split second. It could really go either way.
Gomez had a good look at it. She hit 2 Bryce Canyon City threes in the second quarter. Spalding looks inside to Wilden, gets it to her, but Wilden is short on her post-up attempt, and the Wildcats go the other way. Gomez over to Alvarez. The three is no good. A couple of bodies fight for it. It goes off the head of Murphy, stays in bounds.
That was wild. I don't think I've ever seen that in my years of calling.
Murphy didn't know where the ball was, and all of a sudden it hit her on the head. Spalding attacks the other way, so she'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Once again, it's where the arms are, and that's where the foul was called on Millie Hicks. It's in transition, like I said. It's a little bit tough to defend that. She would have been great. The hips down low, we're all set. She just brought the arms down, and that's what fouled Spalding.
First free throw is good, so Spalding, who was 0 for 4 in the first half at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, gets that free throw to drop. A 2 for 2 trip for Spalding, and it's a 4-point game just like that. Tigers come out, start the second half strong. They've extended their defense, putting more pressure on the Wildcats. DuBois, good look inside to Cadence Murphy, and she gets called drawing the contact, so Gracie Dotson fouls her, and Murphy goes to the free throw line.
So now we're seeing the free throw line become a contributing factor here in the second half.
It's the third foul against Gracie Dotson.
So now you have Dotson and Fisher with 3 fouls. But Kylie's back in the game for the Tigers.
First free throw, no good for Cadence Murphy. She misses the second one. Wilden grabs the rebound, so missed opportunity for Wendover to extend the lead, and Milford can cut it to 1 possession.
Setting up their offense. Spalding likes to go to that right wing and kind of set things up from there.
Spalding squares up for 3. A great look. Tigers will take that every possession, but it's no good. And it'll go back to the Wildcats.
You can't ask for a better shot than that.
I believe it's Hicks who's down on the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
She was fighting for the rebound. It looks like she was holding her shoulder. So we hope that, or it's not Hicks. Excuse me. Hicks is on the bench. We'll take a quick break for this 1A State Championship basketball, brought to you by Lamb Excavating on TeamHive.live.
Wells Rural Electric strives to improve the quality of life in the communities we serve. We're so proud of the hard work and effort of our local student athletes. Go Wildcats! Trust your smile to Cody Wilson. Located in Cedar City, Wilson Orthodontics creates a fun, efficient environment while perfecting your smile. Schedule an appointment today, 435-586-8980.
Windy Mesa Studios in Palm Beach is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014. Milford Memorial Hospital provides excellent emergency, acute, and long-term care. Quality health care with small town TLC.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
Welcome back as Milford gets it going the other way. Phoenix Du Bois grabs the rebound. It was Cadence Murphy who was down on the ground with the injury. Good to see her get up and walk off under her own power. She's back on the bench as Gomez casts away from the right corner and cans the Bryce Canyon City three.
Yeah, great to see Cadence walk off. But Gomez, she's just trying to do anything to will her team to increase their lead right now. Milford, they're getting good looks. They just need a bucket to go down if they want to get back in this one.
Spalding looks to make a move on Delgadillo up top. A little spin up and under, and she draws the contact on Delgadillo, so that's 4 for her. A crafty move by Spalding to draw the contact.
Yeah, fantastic move. She pivots with her left foot, picks up the dribble with her right. She's able to scoop underneath from the right side of the basket, and she draws the 4th foul against Delgadillo. That's critical because now Phoenix is the only player with that size for Wendover. Kylie's still out there. She's got 3 for Milford. So if they're able to take advantage of that, they can now go into the paint a little bit more and get those easier looks than trying and cast some harder 3s or long 2s.
It'll be interesting to see what Amber Hicks does with Delgadillo. Delgadillo goes to the bench for now, but when she comes back in, will they keep her on Spalding? And 0 for 2 trip for Spalding, which is rare to see, but the Tigers fought for the rebound, and they'll keep an extra possession with the jump ball.
I think that's 6 jump balls now in this game. That just tells you about the physicality and the intensity from both of these programs. They are in it to win it. We're in a 7-point game. It's a dogfight. 3.5 minutes left in the third. They want this.
Good inbounds play. They find Spalding. She can't finish. Du Bois grabs the rebound, but she falls over, so she gets called for a travel. And Milford continues to fight. Spalding, we're seeing her miss some shots that normally she's making, especially at the free throw line.
She's crafty. She's able to get to the rim pretty easily. It's just a matter of finishing. Let's see if they can do it right here.
And they'll go back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Jaden McMullen draws the contact.
The key, though, is now that you're drawing fouls, you have to make your free throws. That's key. You can have the other team foul you as much as you want, but if you're not making free throws, what's the point?
McMullen knocks down the first free throw, and that call goes against Hicks. So Millie Hicks picks up her 3rd foul. You look at the 2 players with size for Wendover, Delgadillo and Hicks, both in foul trouble.
Yeah.
One for 2.
Oh, that's a big offensive rebound right there.
The same possession, we've seen 2 offensive rebounds gathered by the Tigers, both on free throws.
That's why I said if you want to win this game, it's got to be physical, and that especially comes when you're at the free throw line.
Spalding, a dangerous pass into traffic. The Wildcats, it's a fumble down the whole floor.
Yeah, should we start calling it like a football game? Holy.
Nobody could gain possession. You know, football, you see that a lot. It's not a perfect shape. It's a little hard to grab. At that time, the basketball is escaping everybody.
Looked like a little bit of a halfback gut play, have a few blockers, run it up the middle.
Coach Hicks calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Chad Lyman on KTTA 8.1.
Bose Auto Parts in Beaver, Utah is a proud sponsor of the Milford Tigers boys and girls basketball teams. Bose Auto Parts is expanding their daily delivery route to communities along Highway 89 from Orderville to Marysville. Call Bose Auto Parts and place your order today, 435-438-2347.
Beaver County's elected officials want to wish the Milford Tigers success in their postseason tournaments. Come visit us in Beaver County, your recreational paradise and the world's headquarters for renewable energy.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Welcome back from that Zions Bank timeout. For banking designed to help you score more, Zions Bank is for you. Milford, who has tried to fight their way along the comeback trail in this second quarter, slowly chipped away. They trailed by 8 at halftime. They trail by 6 now. They've gone nearly 5 minutes without making a field goal. They've hit 3 free throws in that span. Ambrose tries to change that. She can't. Another offensive rebound again is no good. And ball tipped out to Gomez. She has no plans of stopping the other way, and why should she? She hits the runner. Lead back up to 8.
Gomez is able to just go in transition, get a nice floater with her right while leaning to her left. But Milford, they're getting right close to the bucket. They're just not able to get layups to go down right now.
That was a very difficult finish from Gomez. Fading one way, shooting with the other hand. Cadence Murphy back to the scores table. It was good to see after she got hurt. Spalding yet to make a field goal in the second half. She's 2 for 4 at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, and she'll go back there.
You can see they just keep diving towards the rim. Because Delgadillo is out with 4 fouls, Millie's got to be careful. She's at 3, but Spalding, she's got to convert here from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. In comes Cadence Murphy for Phoenix Du Bois.
Yeah, it's always good to see a player that was down for an extended amount of time come back in the game. You always hate to see that happen, especially when they're not able to return. It's always just a tough look.
2 for 2 trip for Tay Spalding. She shot 10 free throws in this game. She shot 12 in the earlier matchup in December between these two.
So Milford's in a 2-3.
Gomez can't connect. Spalding chases it down. She pushes the pace the other way. Nothing stopping her. She splits the double team, but is no good on the layup.
That might be a foul called against Kylie. Nope, they're going to call it against Jaden. But Spalding's got good look in transition. She's just a little bit hard off the glass. It's hard because when you're moving so fast across the court, you always need a soft finish. And I think the natural tendency is you're going hard at the rim, so let me just throw the ball up, and it's really hard to get the ball in when you're doing that.
Especially when you're trying to split through the double team. Alvarez, no hesitation. She knocks down the Bryce Canyon City 3. Largest lead of the game for the Wildcats.
So if you're Milford, you got to cut this to a 2-possession game as Fisher's not able to get the easy bucket to go down once again.
Gomez has the last 8 for the Wildcats. Excuse me, Alvarez hit the 3. Gomez has been making a lot of them, but Alvarez got in on the action. Cadence Murphy skies for the rebound.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Let's see if Wendover decides to milk it.
Gomez doesn't want to think about that. Hicks with a great rebound, and she goes back up for 2. So the leading scorer for the Wildcats, her first points of the second half, and their big ones. It's a double-digit lead. Timeout Milford. This is state championship basketball, brought to you by Legacy Ace Hardware on 1aball.com.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race is scheduled for the second Saturday in July.
Brown Brothers Construction offers a wide variety of construction and excavation services. We offer standard and decorative colored concrete to South Central Utah and Northern Arizona. We are excited to announce our concrete pumping service to Kane County, Utah and Coconino County, Arizona. We look forward to our next pour with you. Brown Brothers' success is a direct result of our dedicated and talented employees. If you're looking for a fun and fulfilling employment opportunity, join our team today. Everyone at Brown Brothers Construction wishes all athletes the best of luck in the postseason.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout for big time banking with the home team feels. Zions Bank is for you. Just 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Coach Dalton calls a timeout and wants to talk the final possession over.
It's an interesting call. You know, a timeout with 18.9. Shot clock's turned off, so I mean, they had an opportunity to just go down and get their best play, but he decides to call a timeout. Let's see how it plays out for him.
You could probably feel a little bit of the momentum slipping away. Wanted to make sure they got the most out of this last possession to try to steal some of that back for the fourth quarter. Inside they go to Fisher. She's too strong. Alvarez gets it. Just 2 seconds to work with. She doesn't notice, and the buzzer sounds. So that will send us to the final 8 minutes. Wendover leads 33-22. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Chicken Lights and Chrome Truck Show in Panguitch on 1aball.com.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Carl, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation and market downturns? We are the Ag Experts. Our team specializes in PRF insurance, LRP insurance, and ranch insurance. Give Chad a call today to learn how you can protect your calf check from the market downturns and your livestock range from drought. Don't get caught at the bottom of the cycles. Choose the experts. Choose us, your agriculture insurance specialists. Call Chad Lyman with Tyler Jeffs & Associates at 435-633-5981.
Welcome back for the fourth quarter of this state championship basketball brought to you by Ruby's Inn on 1aball.com. Gomez quickly attacks to start the quarter. Hicks is there to clean it up, so a couple second chance opportunities by Millie Hicks, and she converts.
Yeah, 2 buckets now here in the second half, and she's just able to get to work down low, do what Milford cannot, which is finish a bucket in the paint.
You have to imagine if Milford is going to fight their way back, they've got to make a way soon. Their offense hasn't really been able to find any sort of rhythm. Spalding attacks. This time she's got the smaller Gomez. Normally it's been Delgadillo, and she draws more contacts. And, you know, Wendover, they're on a 7-0 run. They've done all this damage to build the lead with Delgadillo on the bench.
Yeah, that's a really big note to point out as Spalding's able to make the first one. But the fact that they've been without the majority of their size, right, because Phoenix is not in there as well, they're able to get to the basket, and I think that's all due to the girl who has the ball right now, and Millie Hicks.
Another offensive rebound. Tried to save through her legs of Spalding, but it goes back to the Wildcats. So a lot of missed opportunities at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line for the Tigers. Alvarez, a good pump fake move. Floaters, no good. Ambrose grabs the rebound. It's been over 8 minutes since Milford made their last field goal. They started out the second half with a Gracie Dotson 3, and that's the only field goal that they've made in the second half.
Yeah, it's droughts like that will kill you in postseason play. You just have to see one go down, and maybe the rest will fall.
Spalding nearly gets it to go, but can't. So there's just been a lid on the basket for the Tigers in the second half. Gomez attacks the other way, and she takes the contact and finishes. A big play, the bench rises, and it's up to 14 for the Wildcats.
We've mentioned a few times how big of a game that Gomez had the last time these two teams met. She says, hold up, wait a minute. Let me do something a little bit better than what I did the last time, and that's what she's doing. Didn't score at all in the first quarter, and she's exploded since then.
She's up to 16 points on the afternoon, and again, her season high, she had 20 points in the first game between these two. Some confusion on whether a timeout was called or not. Some players ran to the sideline. Just a sub, and interesting move. Spalding goes to the bench, so you're down by 15 with 6.5 minutes left. You have the leading scorer in 1A basketball.
It is an interesting move in that sense, but I feel like if you need to get something going, go to some other players. Kylie's just not been able to do anything as of recently near the bucket. Got to get some open looks from somebody else.
Great pass inside. Hicks unable to finish. It's a big look. Spalding, she's been hustling around like crazy as the jumper is good by Jade McMullen, so finally they get a field goal to fall. You imagine maybe Spalding just needed a breather, try to get her some air back for these final 5 minutes if they can make a push.
Yeah, the only really good quarter for this Milford offense was in that second quarter. Since then, they just haven't done a lot, and that's their first of the fourth.
Gomez, no good, so they've strung together a couple of stops. They'll need to start getting it done on the offensive side of the floor. Fisher goes cross court. Dotson drives, no good. Saved by Hicks.
And Millie Hicks has taken over exactly where Gabby Delgadillo left off. She's been getting the rebound. She's been getting the buckets down low. She hasn't been fouling even though she's been with 3 for a while now.
And that's a luxury for Coach Hicks to see these other players stepping up. As Millie grabs the miss, and she'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Delgadillo now gets up and goes back to the scores table.
Cadence Murphy's kind of grabbing her back a little bit. A little strained after that last shot.
Coach Dalton calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com.
Garcane Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs.
Call us 800-747-5403.
Mike's Food Town in Beaver, Utah believes in giving their customers a great variety of products, superior customer service at an affordable price. We appreciate our customers' loyalty and wish the Milford Tigers success in the postseason.
We're back from that Zions Bank timeout. Zions Bank, for banking that helps you stay in the game no matter where you are, Zions Bank is for you.
Indeed it is, Tyler. Indeed it is.
Zions Bank, a big sponsor for this tournament. We thank them and the many others that help make this possible so we can bring coverage of the 1A tournament to everybody. Everybody deserves to get in on the magic.
Oh, there's no question. This needs to be advertised like the Super Bowl. Just get everyone down here.
No good by Wendover. It's tipped around. We'll go back to Milford. I mean, the Super Bowl, they get Usher at halftime, but we get the governor. I'll take that.
I don't know whose is better, but I'm going to hit that ours is.
Both great performances, but Governor Cox, what a treat to have him. So back in is Tay Spalding. So she just sat for a minute, and then Coach Dalton uses that timeout to buy her a couple of extra minutes to sit down and catch a breather. Probably a smart move so that she's fresh. And there we see her take some contact, and it's ripped away. So a good move, but the Wendover defense has just been all over Spalding. Alvarez casts off, and she knocks it down again, a Bryce Canyon City 3.
Once again, Alvarez is a smaller player, right? So she tried to draw a charge against Spalding, but great recovery by her teammates that time. And then what does she do on the other end? Makes a 3.
Spalding takes the contact, her third three-point play opportunity. That stops a 13-3 Wendover run.
Millie Hicks is going to check out as Phoenix Dubois comes back. So now Wendover has their size back. Millie did what she was asked to do while they were gone. So let's see if Wendover can increase the lead or if Spalding and the Tigers can decrease it.
Spalding completes on the three-point play. Against Spalding, the first matchup, 18 points, 7 steals, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So you see why it's been such an emphasis to slow her down. Dubois, a good rebound on the other end, and she's been so impactful off the bench. she finishes the layup.
Yeah, she's got a nice 5 points here, but I think more important than her scoring has been her presence on the defensive side of the ball. She knows where she needs to be, and then on offense, she's always getting good looks at the rim. And look at that, a steal. She's on fire right now.
The bounce pass up ahead. Elizabeth Landeros gets met at the basket by Miley Wilden. Stays with the Wildcats, and back comes in Taylon Ambrose.
So you're going to need some deep shots to fall here. You got 3.5 minutes left. You're down 16. You've tried to go to the paint a lot, and there's just seemed to be a lid on the basket. If you want to come back, it's got to be something probably from the perimeter. Oh, and Phoenix almost got it again, but she was hit in the eye.
Ambrose runs into a double team. Spalding has Wilden wide open underneath the basket and finds her, and Wilden finishes.
You know, I was just praising Phoenix for her spatial awareness on defense, but that time Wilden just kind of sneaks her way behind on the baseline. Easy, too, as Phoenix wasn't paying attention.
Milford gets a stop and goes the other way. Tapped away by Delgadillo. Now, real quick, we haven't got a Fab Rats answer back in. So
what do we say we ask this question again and see if we can get a quick response?
You know, I say we should we maybe throw a hint out there?
Yeah, okay. So the question is, where is the Easter Jeep Safari? And the answer is a city in southern Utah that starts with an M. All right, if you can get that. M as in mother. If you can get that, email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com and win a free Fab Rats t-shirt from the broadcast booth at the Sevier Valley Center.
M as in
Moab?
Moab, maybe?
Yeah,
that's a city. That's
a city that starts with an M down there.
But
so
Moab is.
Maybe you should try emailing that one in. You might get a free t-shirt.
2.5 minutes to email it in. We'll see if you can beat the clock as Milford tries to race on the comeback. Delgadillo drives baseline, tries the reverse finish, nearly gets it to spin over. It's Hicks, who's been relentless on the offensive glass, and she earns a three-point play.
I think the key for Wendover here in this fourth was balanced scoring. You've got 4 players. Phoenix has 2, Alvarez 3, Hicks 4 now, Gomez 3. They've just been able to consistently stay on top thanks to that run that you mentioned earlier. And it's tough because Milford had some really good looks. I feel like on offense they executed well up until the shot itself just wasn't able to go down. And Wendover's able to sustain quite a big lead as we head to the final few minutes.
This is one of the most offensive rebounds I've seen on free throws in a game that I've ever watched. That time they get the offensive rebound.
See, that's another reason to watch these games is because there's always going to be something new, you know, something you've never seen before. As we've got a new check-in for Milford, as Dalton will come in.
Caden Wilden.
We've got a Fab Rats winner. Akeda Wilden, way to be on top of it and get that answer in. Moab, believe it or not, was the correct answer.
I don't know how he knew that. That's a really good guess.
But good job being on top of your toes. So pick up your free Fab Rats t-shirt at the SVC over at the broadcast table up top.
In my opinion, those are the best t-shirts I've ever seen over there.
They really are.
So I feel like, you know, answering that trivia question, you're getting the big bang for your buck.
Especially if you're a fan of orange.
That's true.
There are multiple options this year as well. There's the orange ones, and there's also some with other designs. There's a special exclusive kids shirt as well. So there is one of those available if you have any kids.
That's your size, isn't it, Tyler?
Just about. I do like repping that.
Oh, we got a little physical on the opposite wing.
So head over to the SVC to pick up that Fab Rats t-shirt. Just under 2 minutes to play. Phoenix DuBois checks back in for Wendover. Hernandez will also come in for the Wildcats for the first time.
I think that's now our 8th or 9th jump ball of this game. Interesting call because it wasn't that long, but defender had her hand on the ball as the jump shot went up and down.
Tavy
That time
Bateman.
for Bateman, yeah.
Inside for Milford. No good. It will stay with the Tigers.
Shot no good that time by Dalton.
Minute and a half left before Wendover can officially clinch their way into the quarterfinals and get some revenge from a previous loss from Milford.
What a response, really. You lose to this team that's seated beneath you earlier on in the season a few months ago, and it was really because the second quarter was where Milford got hot. They did it again today, but what happened? They slowed them down in the second half, increased their lead, and now they're pulling out up 14 as Spalding gets the first one to go.
The 15th and 16th free throw attempts for Spalding. So she, despite maybe not having as an efficient as an outing as she would hope, she's been relentless at attacking and getting to the free throw line.
I mean, there's a reason she's the highest scoring player in 1A girls basketball in the state, and that's most likely because she gets to the free throw line.
And credit Wendover, too, for making nothing easy for Spalding. They've forced her to attack and earn every point that she's got. Good save by Phoenix DuBois. She'll take the mid-range jumper, and it was Miley Wilden who hit her on the shot.
I'm very interested to see how this Wendover team will play moving forward in the tournament. They're physical, they get after it, and I think it really comes down to if Paulina Gomez can start making those outside shots as DuBois misses the first one. I think it all starts with her at the guard position. But really, you had Delgadillo with 4 fouls, you had Hicks with 3. Phoenix was struggling at times to get things going, but then they found their rhythm, and they just didn't stop. And I think that's the key to them winning today and maybe the key to them moving forward in their game tomorrow.
Spalding has 19 points, so a couple above her season average. She has 19 of the 32.
There's another
for the Tigers.
Hey, if you would have told me to take the over or under on 10 jump balls, if you would have told me that I took the over, I'd say you're crazy. But we're at 10 jump balls now. That's wild.
There you go.
Great job breaking the full court press that time by the Wildcats.
We should have had the jump song. What's the song that all the stadiums play?
You know, like jump, jump, jump. Yeah, I got you.
You gotta pull that up on your phone and we'll play it to the microphone.
Well, due to copyright restrictions, I don't know if that's technically allowed, but
we don't. The royalties on that would be a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in our budget here.
I bet Governor Cox could work something out for us.
He is our halftime extraordinaire, you know?
He's probably got pretty good connections to the Jazz. I'm sure the Jazz play it. They have royalties. Maybe we could just slip it in for the 1A tournament.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt about that.
So Wendover will go on to the quarterfinals. They'll face up against the Tabiona girls, who beat Altamont in the first matchup of the day. Tabiona, a team that is always tough to beat in the tournament. They've been to the last 2 state championships, but Wendover, a very impressive performance today. You have to think they've got some good momentum going into that matchup.
Yeah, we were mentioning in that last game with the Tigers and how Coach Fabrizio said they have a lot of experience. They've got seniors that have been there before, back-to-back state championship appearances. But this Wendover team, they've got the pieces to compete. It's just a matter of them actually executing with what they have on the floor. I think with what we've seen today, especially what we saw in that second quarter and that third quarter, these girls can do it. I'm excited to see that matchup tomorrow. I think it'll be a great contest.
Good job to go in and create the turnover. Hernandez, she checks into the game, making the most of her final minutes.
You know, and like we said in the last game with Altamont, you just need to set yourself something up for your next game in the consolation bracket. get some momentum going with these last few possessions.
Spalding can't connect on the 2 layup attempts. That would have been to eclipse 20 points on the afternoon.
That's just been the story of today's game. Spalding's been able to get to the rack. Easy layups are available. The lid was just on the basket. It was double, triple locked. There was nothing they could do about it. But they're able to shoot pretty well from the free throw line today.
Vetch goes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. And, Wendover, they've played Tabiona twice this year. They lost both of them. They were both fairly close and competitive, but this Wendover team also lost to Milford earlier in the year, so they got revenge on Milford. They'll look to do the same against Wayne tomorrow in a good fast break ran by Wendover Tavy Bateman. She scores it. So Wendover wins 48-34, a strong performance in the opening day at Richfield High School. Stick around for the Ruby's Inn post-game report after this.